I love skating a carbon boot. It's very reminiscent to my hockey skates. Very responsive, very stiff, but minimal padding. Last week I did a head-to-head competition between my USD carbons and the Gods FM3s. And I found that I loved the carbons, not necessarily because of the responsiveness, but because of the fit. And no skate fits better on my foot than the Adapt. Now these are the Adapt Stealth from 2017, 2018 I think. They don't make these anymore. They started making the Brutale, which is a brand new, refined version of this skate. It is a carbon shell, so the internal skeleton is all carbon. And it has a nubuck skin, which is super squishy and really molds around your foot like a nice comfortable shoe. Inside the boot, you'll find there's no removable liner. It's an integrated padding system, which makes it super light and super responsive. Add to that, they have probably the best sole plates on the market. These things are machined out of a super slick material. They're a nice, generous width with a perfect royale groove, and they slide like butter. These cuffs go all the way to the top with carbon. So the USD carbons stop with the carbon around the mid-ankle area, and then they have a plastic cuff that wraps around and gives you a little bit of squish. Not so with the Adapt. It's full carbon all the way up. And they're pretty expensive. These boot only are around $400 to $500, which is a lot of money. And unfortunately, you have to wait a few months to get them because they're so popular. Now, I wrote them off as my favorite skates because I wasn't good enough to commit fully to these boots. But I'm better now. I've been skating a lot, and I want to give them another try. So my 3 goals for today. First off, new skates. Gonna take a little while getting used to them. This isn't the best place to really skate an Adapt skate. The responsiveness is kind of gonna get lost just doing a few grinds on boxes, but it is raining outside this weekend and I wanna skate. So I'm here at the warehouse. I'm gonna do all of my normal tricks and see if I can get used to the skates. My second goal. So a couple weeks ago, I added a down ledge to the warehouse here. And unfortunately, it was a little steep. So I've added a few supports and I've adjusted the angle from the bottom, which will make it the same height, but a lot more relaxing of a ride. So I'm gonna try to do all of my tricks on it, including my Royale tricks, which I should be able to do now that it's not so steep. And my third goal, this month's Blading Community Challenge, is the Spin to Royale. Now I'm pretty confident with my Royales. Assuming I can get used to this Adapt skate, I'm gonna give it a shot. I've done an in-spin Royale before. I wanna try outspin, and I wanna try outspin to backside Royale. But first, it's time to warm up. All right, these things feel amazing. They're just so comfortable. It's that skin. It just really, it feels like a comfortable sneaker. Just amazing. The carbon, definitely a little bit more shocky than the USD carbons. I don't know if there's an internal shock absorber in here. It does feel like I'm leaning a little bit further back than I was with my USD carbons or the FM3s. So maybe there isn't an internal shock absorber. Might want to put a little bit in there because just coming off of little grinds, I am feeling a little bit of shock. But keep in mind, I'm skating core frames with an aluminum structure. So aluminum with carbon is definitely going to be the most shock that you can get on any setup. That Royale and my back Royale, it was not too easy to get fully boot down on that. I think that will always be a struggle with these. I just don't have the leg strength to get myself that low, or maybe I do, and I'm not giving myself enough credit. Just need to get used to it. But definitely felt like I was boot down, and then I would feel around a little bit when I'm on the on the grind, and I'd be like, oh no, there's a little bit more that I can get boot down. So the angle is different than what I'm used to with the FM3 USD 7 sole plates and the core frames, but it might be the squish of the cuff that's keeping me from getting boot down, not the sole plate itself. These are pretty beefy sole plates, so maybe it's just me not being super accurate with my stance on a Royale, but it works for me on other skates. All right, feeling good. I'm going to do a few sole tricks on this down ledge and see if I can work my way up. I'm going to try back Farve, I think, and then if I can get that, I'll try back Royale. I feel like it's going to be a little faster back Royale, but maybe I'll try back Farve and get that on. What an improvement. Just adding 6 inches or so at the end of this ledge and propping it up a little bit, huge difference. You can actually enjoy the ride versus just jumping on and praying that you don't get worked. Yeah, this angle is great. It's a lot of fun. I still wish that I had more of a run-up, something that I need to figure out. That little roll-in ramp, it helps so that you can get some speed, but ideally I would have, 12 feet up there at least, so that you could skate a little bit. It's just hard to get set really fast and jump on. You really gotta start committing before you leave the roll-in ramp. All right, I'm gonna try this back Farve. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm a little hesitant because of the quick run-up, and that I'm gonna have to gap out a little bit to the back Farve. That's something that I'm not super comfortable with, or at least I haven't practiced very much. But I'll give it 5 tries and see if I can get it. Oh my God, it felt great. It felt great. I didn't think that I'd be able to get that, to be honest. After the first couple attempts, it just looked like it was, like I had to do it too fast. I'm definitely more of a chill, slow speed skater, like meticulous, because it takes a long time for me to get set. But yeah, I just started throwing myself, and the trick with back Farve for me is always open up your hips. Your hips should be parallel to the object, or at least more parallel to the object than like if you're doing a sole grind or a Mizu or something like that. That front foot is going to follow your hip. So if you keep your hip, the left hip, if you're doing your right foot back Farve, left hip, open it up all the way. That's when you start turning, and think in your head that you're going to come off fakie. I didn't, I went off forward, but if you think in your head that you're going to come off fakie, you're going to start turning yourself more than you would if you were doing, a Mizu or sole grind or something. Oh, that felt great though. So happy about that. All right, in-spin Royale on the low box, and then if I can get that, I'll try, maybe I'll try outspin back Royale. All right, I am getting tired. I can't get that Royale foot down. I'm locking front side. Again, these skates are not doing me any favors. Already I have to lock pretty perfectly for me to get boot down on a Royale, and I'm not there yet. But here's what I'm gonna do. I absolutely love these skates. They fit great, they slide great. That Royale thing, definitely something I need to work on, but the only way I can do that is if I skate them for a while. So, I'm gonna skate these skates for next month, I guess. Just gonna commit and go full adapt and see if I can get that in-spin Royale. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.